Hello everyone, welcome to Gateball Referee Info Centre. Today we're going to be doing a full run through of Croquet Australia and indeed Gateball Australia's original skill card. This card was used originally to practice skills and to assist in the accreditation of coaches. It's no longer used in the assistance of accreditation of coaches, but it's a really valuable tool you can use in order to get better at core skills in Gateball, and these are the skills that will make the greatest difference. I have my own skills card that I've developed, which I've named the Advanced Skills card, but the skills in that are not necessarily needed to play really great Gateball. They're skills which make a great Gateball player an elite and masterful Gateball player. So you don't need to do the ones in the Advanced card, but the ones in this skills card, the one recommended by Gateball Australia, are imperative for you to get really, really good at Gateball and indeed to play at the state and international levels. So I'm going to run through each one of the 10 skills on the card, as well as how to fill out the card, where to find out the information, and how often you should practice, along with the percentages you need to get where you need to get in terms of development and skills. So without further ado, let's get stuck into it. Before we start though, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you subscribe, you can get notifications through YouTube, so you can get more of these great videos. As well, subscribers can recommend new video content, as well as anything of the sort. So let's get started and let's play ball. So the skills card consists of 10 skills, which are core skills and attributes a great Gateball player will need to do in terms of playing strokes. Many of these don't really have anything to do with strategy, they're more playing strokes, which are important for people who are not the captain in the team. Of course, the captain needs to be able to do all these things too, but the players are more so determined about playing the strokes the captain instructs. So if you can do all of these, you're doing really, really well. You need to attempt each of these skills 5 times, and you need to get 3 out of 5 of those attempts successful in order to pass and move on to the next skill. If you fail any one of the 10, you can try again on a later day, or indeed during a practice session. I usually do this with 50 balls. So practicing each one 50 times to gain a greater ability to understand your own percentages in terms of successful rates. The first skill is passing through the first gate. It's incredibly self-explanatory. Place a ball anywhere in the start box. Realistically, you're probably placing it in the far right-hand side when you're facing the field. And we're going to pass through gate 1. The only thing you need to know for this skill is that the ball must stay on the field and you attempt to get near gate 2. As you can see, I successfully passed through gate 1, so I gain 1 point. I'll proceed to do that another 4 times, and I have to get 3 out of the 5 total in order to pass. So with this skill, what we need to remember is to stalk the ball, to move up to it, and then to strike it solid and through, making sure that the ball stays on the field and doesn't run off the back. Moving on to skill number 2. Rightio, so skill number 2 involves the angled gate pass. Remember, we're going to do this with 5 balls, and we need to get 3 of them successfully through the gate in order to move on to the next skill. Rightio, so the angled gate pass involves placing your ball about 1.5 meters from a gate at around a 45-degree angle, and you need to be able to pass through the gate. We want to do most of these from the right-hand side of the gate because that's usually the side we're going through. Often if we're doing it from the left-hand side of the gate, we're going towards the line, and that's really, although it is important and you do it during the game, you're more likely to be on the right side. So for this skill, all we need to do is stalk the ball, just like any other gate, and strike through. As you can see, I was able to pass through the gate, even though the gap is a lot narrower, as a result of the gate being on an angle and the uprights being somewhat closer together. Not literally, obviously, but due to the angles, they seem that way. Do this skill 5 times and get 3 out of 5 to pass on to the next skill. Moving on to skill number 3. Skill number 3 is incredibly easy. It doesn't involve a gate. All we need to do is make a touch on a ball while about a couple meters from the goal pole. We then have to spark the ball we've just touched out of bounds on any boundary without committing a foul. For most of us, this is relatively straightforward to do. You need to repeat it 5 times, and you need to not commit a foul. As long as you get 3 of them, successful, you'll be perfectly fine to move on to the next skill. Moving on to skill number 4. ball, likewise as skill number 3, doesn't actually use a gate. We're going to practice sliding here. Place 2 balls 20 centimeters apart and strike the stroker's ball once on the left side and once on the right side, alternating between the 2 for 5 strokes, at least getting 3 of them to travel along the intended path at least 1 meter. So in this case, I will attempt to slide off the white ball here towards the left side. My ball has to travel at least 1 meter and the other ball has to stay on the field in order for this to be successful. As you can see, my ball travelled well past 1 meter towards the left-hand side, so I'd gain 1 point for doing that. Repeat this 5 times and get at least 3 of them travelling along the intended path. So the next one I'd do to the right. Moving on to skill number 5. Skill number 5 is perhaps the most difficult on the entire card, and it's called cross-court sparking. You need to place your ball approximately 1 meter from the line and then spark it towards gate number 2 or gate number 3. We're crossing against the 4th and the 2nd lines in order to be able to get up to them and land between the line and the middle of the gate that we're aiming for. So if I'm near gate number 3 here, I'll place the ball about 1 meter away and I'm going to spark another ball. You don't need to do the touch, but spark another ball so that it lands between the line and the middle of the gate. So I don't know if you can see it on the camera there, but the ball landed about 1.5 meters from the line, so well within the given distance. Repeat this 5 times and get 3 of them right in order to move on to the next one. This one's really important. It comes up a lot in Gateball, but it's very, very difficult to do. I recommend practicing during practice time before matches so that you can get this distance down, as the shots in this area are very, very common. Moving on to skill number 6. Skill number 6 is very similar to skill number 5, other than the fact that instead of sparking the ball, we're going to be stroking it. So we stroke a ball to land between the same area as skill number 5, so between the middle of the gate and the line without going out. So as you can see, ball number 3 is landed between the gate and the line, so that'll gain us 1 point. Repeat that 5 times, get 3 of them right out of 5, and you can move on to the next skill. Moving on to skill number 7. Skill number 7 is incredibly straightforward. We need to place a ball approximately 20 centimeters from any line, and then we place another ball 1 meter away from that ball. And all you need to do is stroke your ball onto the other one, making a successful touch, and making sure that neither of the balls finishes as out balls. As you can see, I made a successful touch, and that would count as 1 point towards the 3 I need out of 5. Skill number 8 is also relatively straightforward. We're going to place a ball approximately 1 meter from any line. We then have to spark another ball from this ball that we've placed 1 meter away towards the line. But we need to get that ball approximately 30 centimeters or less from the line without going out. So as you can see, this ball, even though it's an enemy ball, you wouldn't usually do this in a game, but we're practicing here, has landed within 30 centimeters of the outermost part of the line. So that would count towards 1 point of the 3 of the total 5. Moving on to skill number 9. Skill number 9 is a form of bombard, which I've mentioned in one of my previous videos, but I didn't explain. What you need to do is, you need to place one ball approximately 20 or so centimeters from the outer line, or even indeed on the line, it doesn't really matter. And then you've got your own stroker's ball here, which is about 75 centimeters away from that ball. You then have to spark an opposition ball, or the same ball as the one closest to the line, onto the other ball, forcing both of them out of bounds. As you can see, both of the white balls exited the inner field, and thus I'd gain 1 point towards the 3, and of the total 5. Get 3 out of them right to move on to the very last skill, number 10. The very last skill on our skills card involves an out ball. We place a ball measured in 10 centimeters from the inner field, as any out ball should be, and we need to tap it onto the field so that it finishes within 15 centimeters of the outermost part of the inner field line. Very, very simple. Stroking the ball so that it lands within 15 centimeters of the line in the inner field, obviously. You can see this ball sitting on top of the line, so we've successfully completed this skill. I hope you've enjoyed the video today. It was incredibly important because all of the skills are core skills that Gateball players need in order to play the game effectively. If you can practice all of these and get them right 4 out of 5 times instead of 3 out of 4 times, you are well on your way to playing at the international level. My next video will be about the advanced skill card. Please look at this video as more of a trial and interesting video for a bit of entertainment, as the skills inside of it are not necessarily skills which every single Gateball player needs. They are indeed skills which will greatly assist in your ability to play the game at an elite level, but they're not skills that everyone needs. Feel free to download the skills card in the link below of this video for this video's skills. I'm linking to the Gateball Australia webpage for that. You can fill out the card and you can keep percentages based on how likely you are to complete any of those skills. Then you can give that to your captain so they know, not during a game obviously, but during practice sessions, how likely you are to do something, therefore aiding in their ability to choose strokes during games and official matches. I hope you've enjoyed the video today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and make any recommendations for videos in the comments below, and let's play ball.